Why doesn't the water of the Amazon River turn salty the moment it enters the ocean? Scientists say the Amazon is not just a river, it's an entire planet in itself. A river that changes its name, changes its color, and astonishingly, sometimes even flows in the opposite direction. And now, evidence has emerged of a ghost river flowing beneath it, a secret river under the Amazon, hidden from human eyes for centuries. Welcome to BrainFuel. Viewers, did you know that early explorers once mistook the Amazon River for an ocean? And they had a very solid reason to believe that. The sheer size and power of this river are almost impossible to comprehend. Every single second, the Amazon releases nearly 29,000 cubic meters of water into the Atlantic Ocean. That's about 1.5 times more than the entire world's total water consumption per second. So much fresh water flows from the Amazon that even if you combine the next 7 largest rivers in the world, they still wouldn't match its output. In fact, 20% of all fresh water entering the oceans globally every second comes from the Amazon alone. During the dry season, the Amazon is already around 10 kilometers wide. But in the rainy season, in some places, it expands up to 48 kilometers. At that time, if you stand on one bank and try to see the other, the horizon disappears, just like the sea. The opposite shore is nowhere in sight. That's why locals call it the River Sea. And when early explorers arrived here, they genuinely believed this was not a river, but an ocean. Despite its massive size, experts still haven't fully agreed on whether the Amazon is the longest river in the world. School textbooks traditionally list the Nile River as longer. The Nile measures about 6,650 kilometers, while the Amazon is often quoted at around 6,400 kilometers, giving the Nile a slight lead. But the story doesn't end there. South American scientists used satellite data to remap the true source of the Amazon. They argue that if you include its actual origin in the Andes Mountains, the Amazon becomes significantly longer. Some studies estimate its length to be 6,800 to even 7,000 kilometers. This has sparked an ongoing scientific debate, Nile versus Amazon, with no final verdict yet. But when it comes to volume, basin area, and climate impact, there is no doubt. The Amazon is the largest river on Earth. As the Amazon journeys through dense rainforests, it changes not only its name, but also its color. In the Andes, it begins as Apurimic. Further downstream, it becomes Ucayali. Along its course, the river changes its name 4 times. In Brazil, the story is different. Locals don't call it the Amazon until its waters change color. At Manaus, satellite images reveal a stunning sight. Muddy brown water from one river meets jet black water from another. This black water comes from the Rio Negro, which flows in from a different direction. Due to differences in temperature, speed, and mineral density, the two rivers do not mix for hundreds of kilometers, like oil and water. The two currents do not mix. This happens because the black water comes from the Rio Negro, flowing in from a different direction. Its temperature, speed, and mineral density are very different from those of the Amazon River. That is why the waters do not blend immediately. Over time, the two rivers gradually merge, and from that point onward, they are known by a single name, the Amazonas, or the Amazon River. The Amazon River basin covers an area of about 7 million square kilometers. This vast region is large enough to fit 8 countries the size of Pakistan, or 2 countries the size of India, complete with their rivers. Or you could fit all of Europe, excluding Russia, inside the Amazon River basin, and still have enough space left to fit a country the size of Pakistan. During the rainy season, the river expands so dramatically that comparing it to any normal river becomes meaningless. This may be why the Amazon is the only major river in the world where no bridge has ever been built across its main channel. One of the strangest facts is what happens when the Amazon empties into the Atlantic Ocean. Its freshwater reduces the ocean's salinity for vast distances. There was a time when sailors traveling through the Atlantic collected drinking water hundreds of kilometers away from the coast, because the water was still fresh. So it would not be wrong to say that the Amazon influences not only the land, but the ocean itself. Some researchers even suggest that the Amazon's origins can be traced back to Africa. Millions of years ago, all continents were part of a supercontinent known as Gondwana. Africa, South America, India, and Australia were once connected. As the continents slowly drifted apart and oceans formed, South America separated from Africa. Even today, if you look at a world map, South America fits Africa like a puzzle piece. At that time, the Amazon, which now flows from west to east, originally flowed westward, toward Africa. But when the Andes mountain range began to rise in South America, the river's path was blocked, forcing it to reverse direction and flow into the Atlantic Ocean. A smaller version of this reverse flow can still be observed today. It is known as pororoca. When high tide hits the Atlantic, waves up to 4 meters high surge into the Amazon Delta. The river is overwhelmed, and its water begins flowing backward for several kilometers. This phenomenon usually occurs between September and March and attracts surfers from around the world, who ride these tidal waves deep into the Amazon River. Just when the world believed all of the Amazon's secrets had been uncovered, scientists made a shocking discovery. Beneath the Amazon River lies another river. About 4 kilometers underground, within the Amazon basin, flows a slow-moving groundwater river known as the Hamza River. In 2011, a team of Brazilian geophysicists announced its existence and named it after their lead researcher, Drive. Valia Hamza. The Hamza River is not a traditional river. It is actually a massive underground groundwater seepage flow that runs directly beneath the Amazon, following the same west-to-east direction. Scientists believe it originates beneath the Andes Mountains and eventually drains into the Atlantic Ocean, not at the surface, but deep below the ocean floor. In terms of width, the Hamza River is far larger than the Amazon. While the Amazon's maximum width reaches about 50 kilometers, the Hamza River spans 200 to 400 kilometers. However, its flow is extremely slow, just a few millimeters per second, with an estimated discharge of around 3,900 cubic meters per second. So how was this hidden river discovered? Researchers drilled more than 241 deep boreholes across the Amazon basin and placed sensors inside them. Through detailed observations, they detected groundwater flowing in the form of seepage, moving beneath the surface, following the Amazon like a shadow. Above ground, the Amazon rainforest is the largest biodiversity hotspot on Earth. Nowhere else on the planet hosts such a wide variety of plant and animal species. But in the distant past, the Amazon was home to creatures that would terrify modern humans. Today, the anaconda is considered the largest snake in the world. But millions of years ago, the Amazon was ruled by Titanoboa, a snake up to 15 meters long, weighing more than 1 ton. Scientists learned about this discovery during coal mining operations in Colombia, when several fossils began to surface. Among them were vertebrae measuring up to 15 meters in length. Further investigation revealed that these bones belonged to a giant snake. Radiocarbon dating confirmed that this creature lived during the age of dinosaurs. Compared to it, even the longest python alive today seems insignificant. This massive predator hunted crocodiles and giant turtles. Fortunately, Titanoboa is extinct. But that does not mean the modern Amazon is safe. Poison dart frogs capable of killing with a single touch still live here. Electric eels deliver powerful shocks. Piranhas are armed with razor-sharp teeth. Venomous spiders lurk in the shadows. The Amazon is also home to the bullet ant, whose sting is said to feel like being shot, with pain lasting up to 24 hours. Even sharks from the ocean have been found swimming deep inside the river. The forest is so ancient and dense that isolated tribes still live here today, completely cut off from the outside world, surviving using methods unchanged for thousands of years. And then there is one more secret: lost Amazonian civilizations. For centuries, it was believed that the Amazon's harsh environment made large cities impossible. Archaeologists now know this was wrong. In the dense forests of Bolivia, scientists uncovered discoveries that shook history itself. Using lidar technology, a laser-based scanning system, researchers mapped the forest floor beneath the canopy. What they found was astonishing. Hidden beneath the jungle were massive pyramids, complex cities, and vast networks of roads. These belong to the Kasarabe culture, which flourished between 600 and 1000 years ago. They built 22-meter-tall earthen pyramids, dug canals for water management, and constructed long, perfectly straight roads connecting distant cities, roads so precise they appear professionally engineered. Research suggests these cities were abandoned around 1400 AD. Why? Disease, climate change, war. No one knows for sure. The mystery remains. We hope you enjoyed this BrainFuel documentary. Thank you for your support, your likes, shares, and thoughtful comments. We'll see you again, in the next remarkable story.